Hello! Welcome to my very first collab video. I am excited to be here. I would like to thank all the collaboration members for including me. This has been a ton of fun. Now, for this video I'm going to have a guest narrator. Because I am recording this during cold and flu season, guess who caught a cold? Yep, me. So I sound terrible. I'm sure no one wants to listen to that voice, so I've recruited Doug here to help me out. Today I am working on a Masquerade themed doll. This is just one of the dolls in the collab, so be sure to check out the rest of the videos too. The other doll artists in the collab are so talented, I can't wait to see what they've created. I've decided to create the Daughter of Argos in a Masquerade theme. Who is Argos? He's from Greek mythology and was a giant with 100 eyes all over his body. The queen of the Greek gods, Hera, had Argos guard her priestesses, which she had turned into sheep to protect them from her husband Zeus. So, Argos, a giant with 100 eyes all over his body, but what if he had a daughter? What would Argostina look like? This is a G3 Abby doll, so that means she had a bit of hair sculpted on her wrists and ankles that I needed to sand off. At this point, I'd already sanded and prepped the body, so she was ready to go. I mixed up my epoxy sculpt and set to work. Each eye needs an iris set in place, then an upper and lower lid with as many different sizes and shapes as I could manage. I even researched eye shapes for references, and eyelids are not just a smooth surface, they have creases and folds, lines and edges, so I built that in as I sculpted. I wanted the eyes to look as realistic as possible. I won't show the creation of every eye because that would make this video about 5 hours long, even sped up. But she has eyes all over her body. That took about 3 days to complete. I found this iridescent material that is really beautiful, but really difficult to work with. The edges fray as soon as you look at it. Plus, I am not a fan of making doll clothes. I can sew no problem, but something about doing it in such a small scale really irritates me. So I usually try to find a way around it. Like this material from Morbla. But that didn't work out. So I tried just wrapping the fabric around her, which would maybe work. But no. So then I tried making a top out of Worbla. That wasn't bad, but it wasn't what I was looking for. So after that, I decided to think about it a bit more and I went back to working on my body eyes. Now that the epoxy sculpt was set, I had to paint it to match the body. So I mixed up some white and blue acrylic paint. Then I went over each part of the eyes that I had sculpted from epoxy sculpt. Then I painted. I painted the sclera of every eye white. Then I painted on some white undergarments just so she was wearing something. Then I did a couple of layers of paint on the eyes. Once the eye paint was dry, it was time to detail the eyelids with colored pencils. I colored the waterline, then every crease, line, and fold on each eye. I felt like I did a pretty good job making each eye different, and the detailing really makes it look good. Once I could no longer avoid it because the eyes were done, I went back to working on the clothing. I decided to take the fabric, cut it to size, and hand sew a very full voluminous skirt. I would worry about the top later. The other great thing about this fabric is it's a bit sheer, so you can still see all of the eyes on the legs, or maybe they can still see you. Now on to the face-up. I removed her factory face with acetone. I covered her hair with a baby sock because I plan on keeping it. It's really pretty and in perfect condition. Plus the colors are perfect. Then I got to work with my watercolor colored pencils, drawing on a whole new face. I start with the eyes, getting the right size and shape, making sure everything is even, drawing on the waterline. Once everything is outlined, I spray it again with MSC. While that is setting, I decide to move on to finishing her body eyes. I need to seal each of them with UV resin that will protect the eye and the paint on them. Plus, it gives the eyes the right shine. It takes a while, but it's worth it. Once that is done, it is time to blush the face. To blush the face, I use soft pan pastels. Then it's back to using the watercolor colored pencils and creating another layer on top of her eyes. Then drawing her some lips, blushing those with soft pastels as well. I've lost some of my face-up footage, but this is the final part, drawing in the highlights. some in her eyebrows, bridge of her nose, upper lips, then I add a touch of mica powder. The last step was her false eyelashes. I do not have an easy time with this. Some people are able to do this quickly, and I'm absolutely impressed with them. After this, I created a top for her by gluing gemstones directly to her body. Then I put her skirt on, created a belt with gemstones, then shoes with gemstones. Then she was done. I 3D designed and printed her mask myself. I decorated it with acrylic paint, and yep, more gemstones. I put the eyes on the mask because I thought it would look cool. And it's not like she needs to be able to see through it. I didn't record this, but I also hit a googly eye somewhere on her body. So, this is the finished product. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I would like to thank my collab partners again. I am very excited to see what they have made. Make sure you check out their videos. I would also like to include a special thank you to Sarah at Diamonza Crafts for introducing me to this amazing group. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Thank you. See you next time.